everybody, welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. We're in the DLC territory. We are doing Joseph Hakkon. We also need to do a couple things. What do we got here? What's that? Okay, we're not ready for that. We're doing Joseph Hakkon. And I think 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 4, 7. 7, and that's only 6. Okay, so then let's upgrade that. Commander, we caught the Red Templars off guard. They put up a fight, but the Inquisition proved more than they could handle. Lieutenant Kestrel. Commander, the Kirkwall Guards don't particularly appreciate our being here, but they're not willing to turn us away, so I'll call that a small victory. None of the magistrate's neighbors saw anyone entering or leaving his estate the night of his death. There were no footprints and no signs of forced entry. The guard suspected Codiary hit, but the knife found in the magistrate's back was very expensive, not a disposable weapon. Argent thinks this wasn't a professional kill. We're checking into the knife's origin now. Lieutenant Mallory. Our plea for aid has earned us great praise. Many see our willingness to commit to Kirkwall's restoration as a reinforcement of our commitment to restoring order to all of the world. First Kirkwall, then all of Thedas. Josephine. Alright. Commander Cullen, I know you're trying to help, but the Guard can handle this investigation on our own. Have your men turned over the knife they took from evidence, and I'll track it down. Guard Captain Aveline. Hey, Aveline, how you doing? Nah, we're sending Cullen in. I love you, Aveline, but we're sending Cullen in. Inquisitor, here's an interesting thing. Among the various things we found at Caer Bronach that belonged to its former mercenary inhabitants, that was a journal, and in it I found mention of several high-placed clerks in the Imperial Counting House who are, shall we say, known for their loose tongues. They sell what they know to mercenaries seeking to outbid others for work, but should we dispatch agents to speak with them, it would take very little pressure to have them work exclusively for us. The agents would need to remain to watch over our new friends, but I've been trying to place eyes on these positions for years. Liliana.
At your service.
We'll send in Josephine to clean that up. A report in Arcanist Dagna's hand. An official request made officially. The Inquisition has suffered exposure to the tears of the veil and the energy of the Fade. To properly help her endure these forces, I need to understand them. I need samples. I need remnants. I need to see. If it pleases, I request the resources for a grand experiment to peer through the veil, or as far as I can. It's an expensive investment, I know, but it's necessary and it's only fair. I need to see. I wrote that twice. It's important to me. Arcanist Dagna, sketched below, flowers and fire.
Inquisitor.
Okay. I think that's where we need to go. Yep. To Ambassador Josephine Montillier, thank you so much for your earlier correspondence. I confess it's been difficult to get those in Orlais to take this discovery seriously in light of recent events, but I am positive that scouting the Frostback Basin will yield historic discoveries beneficial to both the academic field and the Inquisition. As a staunch supporter, I am honored to be working in such great company on this historic occasion. Yours most sincerely, Professor Bram Kenrick, University of Orlais. Alright, what do you got for us, Mr. Scholarly Man? We've scouted the region and set up camp. Professor Kenrick has the scouts gathering anything they can find. So far, we've uncovered a lot of very old buckles. Hopefully this yields something more exciting. Anyone who comes here should be ready for hostile wildlife and angry Avar. This place is dangerous. Scout Harding. Alright, well, let's go there. So Cassandra's no longer available. Same with Solus. Same with Dorian. So now we've got... Yeah, that's who we got left.
Good to see you again, Inquisitor. Allow me to introduce Professor Bram Kenrick. He's the reason we're out here.
A pleasure to meet you, Your Worship.
Professor Kenrick teaches at the University of Orlais.
I came on an exchange program from Starkhaven. While in Val Royeaux, I've found something incredible. After 800 years, we may be able to determine the final resting place of the last Inquisitor.
The texts say that Inquisitor Emeridon was a dragon hunter who vanished on his last expedition.
Yes, precisely. I see you've read Lautrec's Precursors to the Chantry. Inquisitor Emeridon stepped down shortly before the Nevarran Accord brought the Seekers of Truth into the Chantry. He hunted demons, dragons, and dangerous apostates in a time before Templars even existed.
I'm all for history if it means tracking down the equipment of a famous demon hunter.
If the last Inquisitor has been missing for 800 years, it's only fitting that today's Inquisition help find him.
Your scouts have gathered artifacts from the area. They may help us discover what Inquisitor Emeridon was doing.
I have news as well. We've encountered hostile Avar to the north. They call themselves the Jaws of Hakkon. There's also an Avar hold to the east. Unlike the Jaws of Hakkon, they've been friendly so far.
The Jaws of Hakkon?
They're hostile Avar who attack any Inquisition agents or researchers who get close. We've sent soldiers for defense, but the Hakkonites are cunning, merciless, and know the basin better than we do. I'm afraid our men will not be able to hold out long.
I should go.
Be careful out there.
Okay, time to quickly level up. And we will immediately stop. We will immediately talk to the professor.
Lady Scout Harding has an impressive team. Her people brought back a number of artifacts.
If you need something tracked, Scout Harding is your woman.
If only it were that easy. After 800 years, we can't just look for tracks. Barring enchantment, cloth and leather will have long since rotted away. Only metal and stone remain recognizable. Complicating this are recent pieces the Avar left behind, and of course ancient pieces dating back to Tevinter. Fortunately, thanks to some period-specific buckling, I've been able to track our last Inquisitor.
You said there were pieces dating back to Tevinter.
Yes, while it's rare to see Tevinter ruins so far south, the Imperium once had an outpost of some sort here. They might have built it as a ritual site. I'm not sure what military value it could have. In any event, it's muddled up the research slightly, but I've accounted for it.
You lost me at buckling.
You'd think that a buckle was a buckle. But ever since people started belting on weapons, they've been adding bits. One piece here has a dragon engraving. With the alloys of the metals used, it's clearly Tevinter. While this one uses a clasp that wasn't invented until the dawn of the Elysian Empire. Now, when it comes to historical research, you might say we have to buckle down.
What do you have, Professor?
Everything so far points to the shore not far to the south. There was some sort of battle near the shoreline. They were in a hurry. The scouts reported an island near an Avar fishing camp, but the Avar won't say much about it.
What makes you think the last Inquisitor was fighting?
There's a clasp here common to armorlings. It's clearly torn. That only happens from a heavy shearing blow, like large claws or an axe. Then there's the dagger. Silverite, with a stylized dragon pommel and an inscription reading Cordillus. That dagger had to be a gift from Cordillus Draco, first emperor of Orlais. No one would just lose such a thing.
What can you tell me about the Avar fishing camp?
Not much. It's the friendly Avar, not these jaws of Hakkon barbarians. According to the scouts, they wouldn't say much about the area. Likely a local superstition.
I'll find a way to that island and see if there's anything useful there.
Excellent. I'll continue to study what's been found. With luck, we'll both find some answers. Also, one of my research assistants, Colette, was investigating an old structure to the north. I'm not certain it's related to our investigation, but it couldn't hurt to check with her.
Alright, so we gotta get to the island. And then from there we can kind of figure things out. Looks like go this way and go right. We're gonna go left first and take on this rift. We're gonna explore, we're gonna take our time with the DLC because we did finish the main game, so we've got time now. And we can kind of just explore this area and collect things. I'm surprised there still are any rifts, considering we went through the effort to already get rid of the big one. There we go. Perfect. That wasn't the worst rift, but I'm surprised once again, that there even is a rift, because there shouldn't be any, considering... But we're gonna just use this chance to explore everything.
Whoa!
A decent enough place to camp, I suppose.
Some of ours.
Thank you, sir. Lieutenant Farrow, sir. We've beaten back those Hakkonite bastards. My men and I will hold here. The Hakkonites along the river still pose a threat. After this last battle, we need time to fortify and regroup.
What's the situation along the river?
Between the Hakkonites and the wildlife, this isn't the easiest place to maintain a presence. The river's the best way for the Inquisition to send supplies from Skyhold, or it would be if we could travel safely along it. The Hakkonites set up camps near the banks, and they attack anyone who gets within view.
That will be all, Lieutenant.
That.
Alright, that was pretty easy to deal with. Let's see. Yep. And this gives us a pre-made little quick travel spot. I assume that's what this is, but it won't let me actually click on it. Okay, but we should be good. We got a fast travel spot now, and then, oh, look at all this that's still here. Oh, we're quickly growing the map. Oh, another rift. Aha!
No, no, no! I cannot have guests, lowlanders, even those who don't hail from the hold.
What?
Who are you? And why are you out here?
If I tell you, will you leave me be?
There's a first time for everything.
I am Sigrid Gulsdotten, Augur's apprentice. I exiled myself from Stonebear Hold.
You exiled yourself?
Aye, I did. And my tongue will say no more on that.
Well, we're a nosy little shit, so we're gonna be looking into that. So, yeah, this will not be the first time of us staying out of things. Sorry. We're too nosy. Damn, I have no clue where this is. Let me back out of it and then kind of lock back in. Aha! There was a further left that we were not looking at. Got it. And of course now we gotta go back to places we've been. But that's okay.
You ever think about going out? Back to riches, maybe that.
Damn, this was a wild one. That was crazy. Okay. Man, they are really just trying to really make these as hard as possible. Now that we're past the base game.
There! It's the Lowlanders!
Kill the Inquisitor! Death to her home for Hakkon's glory!
The jaws of Hakkon knew you. What do they have against the Inquisition?
Perhaps the friendlier Avar in the village Harding mentioned can shed some light.
Shit, I almost made that jump. Let's try that again. Actually, there's the correct path. Never mind. And then I'm gonna assume the camp is actually above us in the tree. In the little tree house. So. Which is probably where it's at. This is a pretty setup. Now where is my tables? Pretty setup, but where are my tables? How do I get my potions? There we go. Nope, that's armor. Weapons. Party. A lift, so that way we don't gotta climb the damn tree every time we want to go in and out. Requisitions, which means our potions are nearby. Haha. If we find the requisitions, we find
I
the potions.
cannot understand, Varric, how someone born into wealth and power would choose to live like a peasant.
Let's be fair. I live like a rich peasant.
You ignore your peers and spend your time among laborers and criminals in taverns.
I wish. These days, it's all outposts and marching.
You know perfectly well what I mean, darling.
All those things you like about nobility, power, wealth, notoriety, those are the things I hate about it.
You have very peculiar tastes.
Just wait until you meet my friends.
These Hakkonites are all over the river. I can see why our people have had a hard time.
We do seem to draw the attention of fanatics.
We're doing pretty good. We're clearing this area out. I am impressed with us. We're doing great. A lot faster than I thought we would, if I'm honest. I figured it would actually take us a little longer to do some of this stuff. But not bad. Especially because this is DLC. I'm not expecting too much. shit out now that we're over our collection of items. We have too many things. But that's okay, we'll fix that. Okay, I think that should be enough for now. Yep, okay. Back this way we go. Back to clearing out the river. I don't know what the fuck just happened there, but that's okay. We'll just walk it. There weren't any enemies there. That was weird. There's enemies here. That's for sure. There weren't any over there. So, that was a weird moment. Like I said, we are out of time, so we will continue this next time. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and if you really like our content, check out the Patreon, which is linked down below, where you can watch our content before it's released publicly on YouTube. Also, be sure to check out our Discord, which was also linked down below, so you become a part of our community, and I will see you all next time. Have a good one. Bye.